Hello, and welcome back to Cemetery Mary. I have, once again, made another model. This one has two different versions. They're very similar. I'd like to know which one you all prefer down in the comments, if you'd like to tell me, but I'll just go with this one. Let's just go ahead and get right into it now. Only the roof trim of the mausoleum was keeping me safe from the rain, and it was pouring, and, worse even still, it was night. The only light I could see was from the street lamps at the outside of the cemetery. Oh dear, how could I have slept so long? Well, I couldn't stay hiding under here all night. I took a big breath and ran across the cemetery to the street. Luckily, the gate wasn't locked. Again, I was surprised, but thankful, as it meant I would not have to find some other way out. Once I was out on the sidewalk, I noticed the street lights were the only lights on. Everything else seemed closed. How late was it? I didn't want to pull my phone out in the rain to check, but by any means, I had most definitely missed the last bus back home. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I had to find shelter first. I ran through the rain, trying to find anything that was open. It wasn't long before I felt my shoes filling with water. I'd get cold out here too long, and the rain showed no signs of letting up. But I knew there just had to be something, anything, open. And eventually, I made it somewhere. It was the movie theater. Thank goodness. Oh, I wonder if different people drew these, or if the artist just did all sorts of different styles. Are movie titles allowed to have curse words in them? Huh. I've rushed myself inside and took a seat beside the poster, waiting to dry off and take my phone out. Just as I had suspected, it was pretty late. And knowing the usual times of the cinema, I could tell it wasn't going to be open much longer. What do I do? Even though I wasn't sure how he could help me right now, I had to at least try calling up Groven. It's either asleep or dead. Why isn't he picking up? Mary? Oh. Oh, you picked up. Thank goodness. I was starting to get worried. Uh, I'm having a bit of a problem right now. What is it? Well, you see, I kinda fell asleep in the cemetery, and I only woke up a few minutes ago. And it's raining really bad right now, and I missed the bus, so I don't know. I was hoping maybe you could help me out somehow. What if we're actually still in a ghost world? No can do, Mary Moo. Didn't I tell you? Tell me what? Mary, I'm not even home right now. I'm not even close. Huh? Where are you then? I'm out of the city right now, Mary. I had these plans with these friends. It doesn't matter. I swear I told you. Well, I don't remember. Look, bottom line is there's no way I can help you from here. What am I supposed to do then? Mary, I don't know. I heard his frustrated sigh through the phone. I couldn't see it, but I could tell he was pinching the bridge of his nose. Where are you right now? I'm at the movie theater, but I think it closes soon. Alright, well, do you have anyone close you can call up? Maybe stay with them tonight? I mean, I guess so. Awesome, great, sounds good then. Look, Mars, I really gotta go, okay? Call up one of your other friends. I'm sure one of them will come get you. Alright, then good night. I heard the click of Groven hanging up the phone. Alright. Call up one of my other friends? Well, there's only 2 of those. Who should I go with? We're definitely not gonna call the mystery number. I think we just go the Reginald route. I still don't trust him completely, but we've talked to him more than we have Twyla. I'm honestly not sure how to really think about Croven right now, because on the other hand, sometimes he does seem genuinely caring about us, but then like that, he couldn't do anything, but he also just seemed oddly dismissive and annoyed. I don't know. Well, let's just call Reginald. I decided to call Reginald. I didn't want to bother him, but I don't think Twyla would have taken to me well right now. I heard the phone ring a few times, and then he picked up. Mary? It's a bit late, isn't it? Is everything alright? Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, I kinda missed my last bus home, and I was hoping maybe I could stay with you tonight instead. I was thinking we'd try to ask for a ride home, not stay at his house. Yes, yes, of course. Where are you now? I'll be right over. Thank you. Oh, don't look like that. I saw the faint outline of Reginald's old car pull up to the side of the movie theater, and I went to meet him. Even though it was raining, he still got out of the car and held the passenger door open for me. I told him it was silly to do that. Yeah. I hope I wasn't too late. You caught me in the middle of getting ready for bed, actually. And I wanted to get rechanged. Didn't feel right to leave home in pajamas. No, you're good. We drove off to Reginald's apartment amidst all the rain. Because it was so late, there were hardly any cars on the road, so it made the drive a bit safer. We pulled into a parking space next to his building, and he covered me with his jacket as we ran inside. He's too nice. So sorry, I wasn't thinking. I should have brought an umbrella. I didn't mind. We stepped inside to the buzzing of fluorescent lights. Reginald led me up to the stairwell, and we headed upwards. I had no idea he lived up so high. He told me that the elevator was broken and apologized for the inconvenience. I just felt bad for him. Must be a pain to climb up all these stairs, especially after a hard day of work. Once we were in the proper hallway, Reginald began to lead me to his apartment. I tried to be quiet as we moved through the hallway, not wanting to disturb any of his neighbors. Before I knew it, we were entering his front door. Well, here we are. I apologize for the mess. If I had the foresight that you were coming, I would have cleaned ahead of time. I looked around Reginald's apartment. Is this what he considered a mess? Sir, you have insane asylum covers. I can talk, I promise. His apartment is colored like an insane asylum. Nothing even looked dusty. Thank you for having me over. I feel really bad having asked you to accommodate me at such short notice. I'll try not to lose track of time anymore. Don't be silly. It's a pleasure to have you here no matter what. Oh, but don't worry about sleeping on the couch or anything. You can take my bedroom. It's right next to the kitchen. No. I'll sleep out here. Huh? Oh, no, Reginald, I couldn't. You already drove out here in the middle of the night to pick me up. I can't take your bed, too. Nonsense. I insist. You'll have a much better sleep, I'm sure of it. But don't you have to go to work in the morning? I'd feel awful if you couldn't get a good night's sleep. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Nothing I haven't... Oh dear, I just realized. Huh? What? Is everything okay? You don't have any pajamas to wear, do you? Huh? Oh, don't worry about that. I can sleep just fine in this. How can I not worry? No offense, but although your outfit is quite the ensemble, I don't think it would make for a very nice sleep. Well, why don't I go out and buy something for you really quick? Alright, yeah, so either he's the serial killer or is continuously overcompensated due to personal insecurities. Or both. Anyway. No way. It's really nice of you, but I can't accept that offer. It's so late, and I doubt anywhere is even open. Oh, well, when there's a will, there's a way. Besides, I need to pick up some things anyway. You told me you were just getting ready for bed, though. That's So please, make yourself at home. Help yourself to anything in the kitchen, and don't be afraid to turn on the TV. I'll be back shortly. Before I could protest anymore, Reginald was out the door. That rhymes. Leaving me alone in his apartment. I guess all I could do now was wait for him to get back. I plopped myself onto his couch and turned on the TV. There were some commercials playing, so I didn't know what show was on yet. What's on at this hour anyways? Miscellaneous magical item auction channel. I watched as he locked the door behind him, dropped off some of the plastic bags he was carrying, and shrugged off his coat. He left a bag in his room, and then proceeded to put some stuff away in his kitchen. Then, he came to sit beside me. So, what are you watching? Oh, I don't know. Nothing in particular. Well, would you like to watch something? Or would you rather just head to bed? Now that I think about it, I can't remember the last time I actually watched something on TV. Reginald passed me the TV remote and told me to put on anything I'd like. He wasn't picky. Maybe we can watch... Oh, okay. Well, it's either 10 p.m. or from like... p.m. So, it's either somewhere between 21 or like all the way past 0 hour. Though considering he's up, I'm gonna say around 22. Which is the perfect time for either horror or murder mystery. You can rarely ever promise the horror is gonna be good, and the murder mysteries are sometimes funky. I flicked through a few channels until I found this one. It was playing a murder mystery movie. It seemed to be taking place on a train of all places. Like I said, funky. What's that? The murder whip. It starred a detective and his young sidekick. Seemed fairly interesting. Do I watch it? Sure. If you want a good murder mystery, there are some funny shows about people who totally have psychic powers. Yeah, sure. Or one person. Oh, really? This is what you've chosen to watch? Do you not want to? Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm just surprised. What with all that's been happening in town and all? Well, we can still be freaks. I felt like you might stray away from this type of content. Like I said, we're allowed to be freaks. I don't know. I'm interested. Fair enough. Reginald and I sat and watched TV for a while. It was pretty nice, though eventually I started to feel tired. I think Reginald could tell too. I yawned as I stood up off the couch, thanking him once again for letting me use his room to sleep. I still think we should have been more insistent on denying that it's not a problem at all. I left the pajamas in the bag for you. I think they should fit. Good night, Mary. I had a pretty nice sleep, actually. Reginald's bed felt comfier than my own. But that only made me feel the worse for taking it from him. Got dressed into my usual clothes and carefully stepped out the bedroom door. After all, if Reginald was still asleep, I didn't want to wake him. Secure your clothes. But to my surprise, there was no one there at all. I knocked on his bathroom door just to make sure he wasn't using it, but there was no answer. It was then that I noticed a note that had fallen in front of his front door. Mary, so sorry to leave you alone this morning. I had an urgent matter to attend to. I don't think I'll be back anytime soon. But feel free to help yourself to any food in the apartment for breakfast. All I ask is that when you leave, you lock the apartment with the spare key in the end table drawer, and then slide it back under the door. More rhymes. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. I see. I didn't really feel comfortable taking Reginald's food, especially when he's not home. Especially not after all he did for me. I followed his other instructions and left the apartment. I wonder what I'll do today. Croven's been pretty anxious lately. He would never admit it, but it's easy to tell. He's home almost all the time. Was there a jump, or is this just something kind of... But never relaxed. He's always pacing, itching, double-checking. He's almost always looking at his phone. Sometimes I see him go outside to talk on said phone. He yells at whoever it is that's on the other end. Even from inside, I can hear it. Inside. He's been asking me to stay inside a lot lately, too. Did someone else, get murdered? He sounds just like my parents did, back when this all started. I don't know why he asks me, but I do it anyways. Because, whatever it is, it's making him worry himself sick. And I'm not going to add to that stress. Just wish he would tell me what's going on with him. But I'm not going to push either. I'll let him tell me on his own time. That might actually be a bad idea in this case. So, as I expected, I've been home all day. I haven't done much, though I'd like to change that soon. Staying home anyways, I might as well be productive about it, right? Maybe I'll get a little cleaning done tomorrow. A clean home is a happy home, and it may help take some of the stress away. I just finished washing my face and brushing my teeth for tonight. I was about to change into my pajamas and settle into bed when I received a phone call. So late at night? Reached over to my phone and to check who it was. Twyla? I figured Twyla would be mad at me still. Why is she calling? Maybe she wants to cash in those favors I owe her. But so late at night? I decided to pick up anyways. Mary? Twyla? She sounded like she was out of breath. Oh. Mary! Thank goodness you answered. Please, I need your help. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you okay? I am. For right now. Please, I need you to come get me. You're the only person I can rely on for this. I don't understand. What's happening? I don't even have a car. I don't have time to explain. My phone is low on battery. I don't know how much longer it'll last. But I'm in trouble, and I need your help. Trouble? Why didn't you call an emergency number? I can't. It'll just make things worse. You'll have to believe me. Please. I know I haven't been the easiest on you, but I'm really relying on you right now. Okay. I think I can still catch a bus. Where are you right now? Do you remember when we met in the bathroom of that club? Yeah, I do. I'm near that building. I'm hiding in one of the alleys. Please, hurry and find me. And whatever you do, don't go to the police. Promise me you... Twyla? Twyla? phone must have run out of battery. Oh, so she's been out and about for a while. Or at least 24 hours. Some phones don't last very long. I had to go find her. Kervin was asleep when I answered the phone, even though he didn't really want me leaving the house. This was clear an emergency, and I'm suspicious of it for some reason. I had to go. Quietly slipped out of the house, making my way towards the bus stop. Hopped on the first bus that came, and silently prayed that it didn't come too late. We were off to the city once again. There's a lot going on, just the way this session has started. It's kind of been back and forth between some tones. Twyla sounded really bad, like it was hard for her to breathe. Is she really okay? She told me not to contact the police or anything like that, but how am I supposed to help her? I don't understand. If she doesn't want the police involved, I guess it's not something they're supposed to know about? Is it really okay for me to get involved with this then? I hope I wasn't making a mistake. We'll see. There was hardly anyone walking amongst the streets tonight. In fact, I think I might have only seen one other person out here tonight. It was eerily quiet. I had to find Twyla. Per her instruction, I made my way towards that hidden club building. I just hoped she was still there. I checked between each crack and alley I could find, until... Oh goodness. You are not looking great. Twyla! What happened? Are you okay? Your head is bleeding. And your shirt. There's blood all over it. I'm fine. She coughed. She sounded hoarse. Don't be so loud, okay? I tried to quiet my voice, but it was difficult with the sight before me. I'm not sure how to intentionally sound hoarse. How did this happen? I was attacked. Huh? By who? I don't know. I didn't see them. I was just trying to investigate. And suddenly, something struck me in the head. I'm probably overthinking it, but if you're struck in the head, like that, it's probably going to be from behind, but the wound makes it look like it's from the front. I'm lucky it didn't knock me out cold. I somehow managed to get away, but I'm scared they're still looking for me. Did you know? Well, in general, head injuries are incredibly dangerous, so even if you hit your head lightly, you should probably try to go to a doctor as soon as possible. But if you're knocked out for even just a minute, that is very, very bad. I shouldn't have gone alone. That was the wrong... whatever. Twyla, we should call someone. No, please don't. It's more trouble than it's worth, and I don't think I'm in any shape to be interrogated right now. But please, I just called you to help me get to the hospital. My car isn't far. They're gonna ask you how you got injured, though. But my leg, I think it's twisted. I can't make it there on my own. You want me to drive you then? No, I think I can do it. You should not drive with a head injury. Or when you're tired, or when you're angry, etc., etc. I just can't do it alone. Please, help me get to the hospital. Yeah, of course I will. Come on, let's get out of here. I kneeled over to help Twyla up. She threw her arm around my shoulder for support. Right as we were about to turn out of the alleyway... Oh! Twyla fell to the ground beside me. Complete shock, I turned to the source of the noise. only to be met with an even bigger shock. Is it Reggie? Oh, what the? How stupid do you take me for? Croven? Mary, we're leaving. What? Okay, I gotta take a minute here. Is this some sort of dream sequence? Uh, so Twyla's been investigating murders. Croven's been aloof and edgy, but nothing suspicious thus far. We get called to help her. He arrives. His first thought is to just straight up shoot her. Or maybe we just dropped her and he just shot in general. But what? Okay, let's just see where this goes. I shot her in the leg. She'll survive. That's decent aim. But you won't if you leave with her. Huh? She's trying to trick you. She's really good at it too. But maybe if you were better at it, I wouldn't have been here to stop her. Has Grover been some sort of secret detective? I don't understand. Neither do I. What's going on? I'll explain it later. But we need to go. Now. This is all too much. You just shot somebody. I didn't even know you had a gun. There's no time. There's no time for this. You're coming with me whether you like it or not. I don't think so. What? Okay. This is happening now. She like fake blood or some sort of hostage situation that's making her do this? Very neat music, I will say. Okay, let's just see where this goes. How stupid do you take me for, huh? You think that's enough to incapacitate me? I feel like I should change the voice a little, but I don't want my change of voice to make the story worse, in case that ends up having me. Let's just... This is also weird. I couldn't get any words out. I didn't know what was happening. All I knew was that Twyla's arm was locked around my neck, and she has a small knife. And I felt the cool touch of metal brush across my face. Now, unless you think you're a real lucky shot, I'd put that gun down right now. You gotta be kidding me. Did you go deaf? Put the gun down now, or she loses an eye. Crow, you shut up. Twyla choked me harder. What's it gonna be? Do you like your chances? Ugh. Okay, again, not exactly the best. Well, it depends how close he is. Considering the angle she's at, she isn't actually right behind us, so there might be a chance he could shoot. Do whatever she says. You know what, let's just stay silent. Because I genuinely don't know what to do. This is all very, very sudden. I'll put the gun down. Just leave her out of this, okay? She has nothing to do with any of it. On the contrary, she's got everything to do with it. Croven put the gun on the ground. Twyla pushed the knife closer to my face. I felt its teeth lightly press into my skin. So it's serrated? Or is that just a name for the edge? Croven's eyes grew wider as he understood what she was getting at. Held his hands up by his head, defenseless, and took a few steps back. Twyla quickly drew the knife from my face. I'm just glad she didn't manage to scratch me in the process. She then removed her arm around my neck. From around my neck. Didn't realize how tightly she had been choking me until she let go. I gasped for air and almost toppled over. Did you know that when you're being choked? Did you know it at all? So you can't actually breathe. Meaning you can't talk. Anyway, I stood as still as I could as Twyla walked over and picked up Croven's gun. Thanks for agreeing to come help me, Mary. I really do appreciate it. She aimed it in Croven's direction. You're a very big help, and then pointed it towards me. Don't you dare. If you do, I ain't telling you crap. I wasn't going to. Twyla walked over to me again, lifted the gun above my head. Mary, I'm sorry. I was out. Oh, she pistol-whipped us. Ow. That was bad. Yoo-hoo. Can you hear me? Mary? Oh, what? Yoo-hoo. Sapara? What? Where am I? Where's Croven? I was going to ask you the same thing. Croven went missing. Twyla did too. Or, at least, she is very good at hiding. It's been weeks since that night. Okay. Alright then. Well, this session is certainly more interesting, but also more confusing. Let's just see where this ends up going before I form any actual opinions on it. I have not seen or heard from either of them. Supposedly, Sapara found me because Croven messaged her and told her to come get me. She didn't hear from him again after that. I went to the police, even though I know Croven doesn't like them. They were the only people left I could think of that might help. I mean, sometimes you gotta. But, just like my parents, it's turning up with nothing. No clues, no evidence. As if they had suddenly vanished. Sapara has been trying to help me look. I had thought, maybe, we were starting to get along before. But it didn't seem that way anymore. She doesn't like talking to me. I can see it. I can feel it. Her messages are short. We never meet for more than an hour at a time. She always got somewhere to be. She's mad at me. I know she is. Can I blame her? Okay, don't blame yourself for this. It's like I took her last friend away. And mine too. It's all my fault. Nope. If only I should have listened to Croven. Maybe then none of this would have happened. It's like everything that had been happening, came to a sudden halt. Yeah. This is a bit of what I like to call tonal whiplash, I think. It's a good term. Twyla was gone. Croven was gone. Even the mystery number stopped responding to me. Was that supposed to be Twyla then? Or even Croven? This is just a lot. Was this really it? Was this really the end? I still live in the cabin. Wait, this isn't ending? I've got nowhere else to go. I try not to bother Croven's room too much. It still smells like him when I walk past. And I'm sure when he, comes back, he wouldn't want to see his room a mess. Try not to bother it too much. Please don't tell me this is an ending. But sometimes, I just can't help myself. I walk in, his hamper still has a shirt sleeve hanging off the side. His pillow is still lopsided on his bed. His curtains are still drawn. I walk over to his bed, I lie down, and I try not to cry. Bad end. Okay, yeah, that was an ending. Maybe it's because I didn't lock into any specific route, perhaps? Huh? No. That's not quite right. That shouldn't be the conclusion that you came to. I mean, not after all that stuff you did. I don't want to sound rude, and clearly there are some gaps missing, but that did kind of just feel like a bad ending in a few ways. At least to me. But that's probably because might not. There's clearly a lot we don't know. Maybe this end is enough to satisfy you. No, but it's not really how it's supposed to happen. So that brings us to a question. Do you want to see how this is really supposed to end? Oh, so the true ending you can just get after any ending. I'm guessing. Yeah, I would like to. I thought so, because Reggie's the serial killer. We all know this. I don't know why I dislike him so much. He just seems too great. We're going to have to go back. Let's rewind a little bit, shall we? Ooh, fun sound. It's been a few days since then. Croven seems to be doing a little better than usual. I think he's really trying extra hard right now. And he's been seeing Zapar again, too. I think that's nice. I think that's good for them. I'm happy to see them having a nice time together. I had a nice day by myself, actually. Sometimes it's nice to just return to the cemetery for a normal day after so much chaos. I made sure I at least put one flower in every grave today, though I haven't talked to any of them yet. Consider doing it. Not a good idea. Fall asleep in public place, killer on the loose. So I decided I wouldn't do that today. That's not what happened, though. Truthfully, didn't mean to fall asleep. Alright, so we've seen this. Just so tired. Didn't even realize I fell asleep. Here we are again. Alright, so... until I woke up to the sound of rain. I was surprised not to have had any strange dreams this time, but... this was a big problem. Only the roof trim of the mausoleum was keeping me safe from the rain. And it was pouring. And, worse even still, it was night. The only light I could see. Yep, oh dear. We've read this. So, luckily the gate wasn't locked, as it meant I would not have to find some other way out. I think that was new, actually. So I was out on the sidewalk, I noticed the streetlights were the only lights on. Everything else seemed closed. How late was it? Well, wait, the bus! Okay, yeah, here we go. I sprinted to the bus and tried to get the driver to notice me. Even though I was wearing all black, the driver seemed to see me. Well, our hair probably stands out. Thank goodness. I apologized a gazillion times as I boarded onto the bus for having to make them stop for me. But I was so very, very grateful they did. No idea how long it would have got. I have no idea how I would have gotten home had I missed the last bus. Thankfully, the rain didn't last too much longer. Or, perhaps we just drove out of it. Either way, it was plenty dry when I got off the bus and onto that old dirt path. It was just a bit dark, that's all. Luckily, my phone still had enough battery to use its flashlight. I can read. And help light my way. Even though I'm sure I could walk this path in my sleep by now. The house was dark as I approached it. Had I not lived here for weeks, I'd say it even looked scary. Like a haunted, abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods. It was dark, so either Croven wasn't home, nor already asleep. I tried to be quiet as I entered the door, just in case he really was sleeping. As soon as I entered, I felt the wave of tiredness crash over me. I need to sit down. Am I really so tired? And after I just slept so long. What's got me feeling like this? Maybe I should go to bed, but I have to get out of this chair first. I just need to muster the energy first. Am I still sleeping? Feels like I'm being pulled. Wait, I'm... Croven? You scared me. Sorry about that. Could you go back to sleep for me? And why would I do that? Why are you holding me? Huh? Why? It'll just, be easier for me if you are. Croven? What are you talking about? Croven sighed and stood up properly. Follow me. Please. Croven walked toward the front door. I could see a faint light on outside. I followed him. When I exited out the front door, I could see Croven out in a clearing near the house. There's a large vehicle there that was clearly still running. Croven? What's this? Mary, I need you to get in the car. You couldn't have just, like, talked to us first instead of trying to kidnap us. Okay, why? It doesn't really matter. That's not the important part. Okay, yeah, so he's the mystery number. I think. We just need to leave, okay? Leave where? Just leave here. I don't understand. What is this? Did something bad happen? Listen, I'll try to explain it all later. But for now, I just need you to trust me. And come with me. That's a lot to ask right now. You won't even tell me what's happening. I know. But I will, eventually. If you just, please, get in the car. Alright? Griffin walked me over to the back door of the truck and opened it for me. He helped me inside, but frantically, as if to rush me. As I began to buckle in, I noticed that Croven and I weren't the only ones in the vehicle. There was a man sitting in the driver's seat. It was so dark, I couldn't see his face, but Croven seemed familiar with him as he climbed into the passenger seat. When we began to drive, have we seen that before? I can't quite remember. I wanted to ask Croven what was happening, but not in the front of the stranger. Who is this? Do I even try to ask? Well, it certainly took you long enough. I'm sorry. Yeah, I should hope so. I wouldn't even be able to do this bullcrap if you weren't such an idiot. I'm sorry. I will try to do better next time. Next time? What, you want there to be a next time to all this? I'm sorry. That was a poor choice of words. Whatever. I don't want to get mad in front of Mary. It's just, it is alright. As long as we can continue like this, things should be just fine. What are things, exactly? You know, I hope you're right about that. 'Cause if I have to worry over this a second longer, it's gonna be your head. I am aware. But have I failed you before? Uh, where are we going, if I could ask? Yeah, I'd say you have. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. We've gotten this far, haven't we? It isn't far enough. I think my dad would settle for this crap. In all fairness, your father was a lot more patient. Yeah, well, I'm not. This is giving me a headache. Likewise, I'll say. It's just, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe when we get there, I can, like, sit down with some coffee or something. Sounds like a good idea. Just hope it actually calms you and doesn't make you more jittery. Yeah, shut it. We're never gonna make it there at this rate, though. How do you mean? You kidding me? You drive like a snail. Wanna go any faster, maybe? It's safer to drive like this. It's dark, and we've hardly traveled this path before. Come on, it's a straight line. What, are you worried about crashing into all these other cars around us right now? No, but there are trees. I gave my reasoning. We will get there regardless. Maybe this guy's the mystery number. Yeah, but it'll be sunrise when we do. Just a very similar way of talking to typing. Heckin'. Give me that. Okay, now we're gonna crash. Kuvin suddenly grabs the steering wheel, much to the shock and worry of both me and the driver. What are you doing? Let me drive. Stop the car and let me drive if you're not going to listen. Let go of the wheel. You can't do that. That belongs to Artemis. This was gonna happen. I knew it. I'm told we shouldn't done it this way. What did you expect to do then, huh? I'm after them. With what? I don't care. You know where they're headed, right? Not letting get away. What? Mary. She was breathing. Nothing broken, right? So, you take care of her. Ain't you used to that job by now? Right? Not sticking around. Is this our papa? Ben. God damn it. Murray? Can you hear me? Come on. Let's get you home safe. I'm in pain. But not a lot. Just very numb. Like being hit with a big wave on the beach. Slowly, I could feel my senses coming back to me. Pressed against something. I'm being held. But by who? Open your eyes. Oh, Uncle, I think. Is that right? Wait, no. 'Cause he said your father would be a lot more patient, so this can't be Crovin's. Oh, hey. You're awake? Ah? Huh? Who are you? Whoa, easy now. Okay, yeah, so this is someone we don't know. Looks familiar, though. The man let me stand on my own 2 feet, and I quickly backed away from him. Who? Where? Murray, calm down. It's me, remember? From the car with Crovin? I was driving. Oh, I recognize your voice. That makes me feel a lot better. We still don't know who this is. But, may I ask what happened to Crovin? Well, it's gonna be a long story. Walk with me. Ooh, short animation. So, first, how much do you remember? Either everyone here is tall, or we are quite short. Oh, we were driving somewhere. You guys were talking weird. Alright. From an outside perspective, yeah, how else would I? So it shouldn't make much sense to you. Then Groven got really mad. Ooh, this music, though. How do I do deep, nice Mafia Man? Something along those lines. And we hit something, or swerved. It's a bit foggy. You're walking fine. You're not in any pain, are you? I think I'm okay. Oh, the saxophone. You were in the back of the car, which wasn't really damaged. I think you may have hit your head, though. I guess that's why I blacked out. Even though it wasn't too much damage, the car is no longer in any shape to drive us anywhere. And we can't exactly turn back now. So, our only choice is to keep walking until we can get to the next town. Wasn't sure when you were going to wake up, but you were out for a while, so I admit I was getting a bit worried. But I did wake up for a little bit when Crowd and you were yelling at each other. I don't know if it's on purpose, but it kind of looks like she's having to walk faster to keep up with him. Letting someone get away? Is he okay? What happened to him? Well. I suppose there's no use in hiding it now. I mean, how much do you know about it? Know about what? I don't know anything about any of this. Groven just woke up and told me we had to go. I see. I guess I'll be the one to explain it then. As best I can, anyways. If you don't know anything about it. I guess I'll start from the very beginning. Or at least my understanding of it. So, you know Halen City, right? Yes, it's where my aunt and uncle lived for most of my life. And where my parents lived before they had me. That's right. Well, how do I say this? Picture this with me, if you will. Mob, gang, criminal organization. Use whichever words please you. The music gave it away. There were two of them, centered in Halen City. The first we'll refer to as the Congress. The second we'll refer to as the Parliament. Interesting. Halen City housed these two organizations, but it hardly had room for both. These groups were always at war with one another, fighting over territory, money, whatever they could. Even if just to make it so that the other group could not have it. I tell you this because your uncle, he was the head of Congress. He was the head of the Congress. You're joking. You can't be serious. Uncle Cross was such a sweet man. His name is Cross. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Haven't you ever questioned why he wore that eye patch? It was from his time in the army. He was in a war. Oh. I see. Please, continue. Eventually, the Congress had overpowered the Parliament. And the Parliament was pushed to Blackwood. The Congress now had full control over Halen City, and weren't worried about the Parliament interfering with their plans anymore. I wish I could say that's where the story ended. But if it was, we wouldn't be here right now. Right now. So not only is there a serial killer, there's also a mafia. The music, though, dang. Your mother, Murray. My mom? What about her? Your mother was a good friend of Cross. Longtime friends. I believe they'd known each other back from when your mother was still a child. Yes, I knew that. That's why I started calling him Uncle to begin with. Because he was such a good friend of Mom's. Was Mom involved? Please tell me. Yes, she knew. And your father knew too. But they were never involved in any of it. Until recently. Huh? Let me finish explaining. After the Congress had complete control over Haven City, your uncle, aunt, and parents lived there peacefully. More or less. For a while. But your mother had wanted to open her own restaurant, diner, eating establishment, and the perfect location she was looking for was in Blackwood. Your uncle and aunt begged her not to make the move. They were scared of the Parliament potentially targeting her, even if she was never involved in their business. I mean, in these situations, the knowledge is dangerous enough. But if she wanted that restaurant, it was her only option. Not to mention, she was expecting a child. Well, believe it or not, back in the day, Blackwood used to be a lot cleaner than Haven City was, even with the Parliament there. Tables certainly turn, don't they? So, despite their warnings, your parents moved to Blackwood to start their own restaurant. And their family, too. There's too many and wells in the writing. Your aunt and uncle were still worried, but you guys actually seemed to stay perfectly safe. Pretty safe. And we didn't really have any reason to worry. They even felt comfortable visiting you guys from time to time. They'd even joke about how the Parliament may not even exist anymore. But they'd showed us that they were still alive and kicking soon enough. A few years ago is when things really began to spark again. We'd received reports of gang activity beginning to pick up in Blackwood. That alone may not have concerned us much, but then we started getting reports of enemy gang members parading themselves around Haven City, calling themselves the Parliament. That really made our sirens go off. Then, out of almost nowhere, your aunt and uncle's home was broken into. They weren't sure if it was related, but again, another but well. It's not like they were going to take their chances. It's not the writing, but just the amount of but wells is reminding me of, I forgot what it's called, but it's this story that was written about like some sort of like weird camping cult thing, and the guy who wrote it, it was like the first and only thing he had ever written, and everything was on his account was just sports related. It's an interesting story. Again, I am not comparing the writing to this at all. This is significantly better. But just the amount of but wells made me think of that. Even though it was closer to Blackwood than it was Salem City, it seemed like the safest bet. Wait, the cabin. The cabin in the woods, said the princess. The one you picked me up from. That's right. I had always wondered why they moved there. They always had such a nice house in Halem City. Never understood why they'd moved to such a cramped little space in the woods. lived there quietly for a few years. But, well, you know that. Start a nickel jar. Yeah, I was happy Croven was so much closer than before, but I didn't know this was why. Things only started to go really wrong quite recently. Your aunt and uncle, they came in contact with the head of the parliament. This head figure had promised to meet them to discuss a sort of treaty, or truce. Some deal arrangement. Told them that they'd meet somewhere public, so there was no worry of anything insidious. And after a while, they finally agreed to meet them. But, well, you know that went south. Okay. It's starting to get a little annoying. And that, more or less, covers most of it. I see. Are you alright? It's just a lot to take in. I can imagine. If there's anything you need elaborated, I will try to explain it to the best of my ability. Thank you. Well, guess I do have one question. Yes? Who are you? Oh, I apologize. I didn't realize I've never introduced myself. I am Ovidius. Ooh, quite the name. I was like the first lieutenant, you could say. The right-hand man to your uncle. Well, the right-hand man to Croven now. Orwell counts too, so that's another nickel. Croven's involved with this all too? Unfortunately, yes. He's always known. And Twyla's involved with the Parliament. I'm assuming. Inferring. He's always known. We just didn't inspect him to hearing the Congress like this. At least, not yet. And Croven, he ran off? Yes. He believed we were being followed by the Parliament. Claimed a car that quickly drove past us. After the crash must have belonged to them. No, we are in the middle of the woods. And he ran after it. I don't know what he thinks that will help. I think that's supposed to be, I don't know how he thinks that will help, but I couldn't go after him. My priority was watching over you. Have you been in contact with him at all? No. As I said, my priority was taking care of you. Maybe I should try messaging him. After everything you just told me, I don't feel comfortable knowing he's on his own out there. Oh. You should give me your number too, then. In case you wind up separated somehow. Unnecessary. Huh? You already have it. Yep. Already have it? Wait a minute. And that means... Hey! Very, very fair response, but yeah, no, I could tell from their dialect is very similar. You were the strange number that I've been texting. Thought I messaged nearly every night. Yes, that's correct. Why didn't you tell me that from the beginning? Why were you so creepy over the phone? You scared the living daylights out of me. I apologize. I didn't mean to. Truly, I tried as best I could to not come off as malicious. But I see it didn't work. I am just not good when it comes to cellular communication. Perhaps I should explain a bit more of why I'm even here. I quite like this sort of archetype of character. I'm not sure what to call it, but if I do like voicing things, this is kind of the character I always thought I'd like to. Sort of like Lycon, however you say it, from Zenless Zone Zero. Characters like that I really like. I think they're fun. And if again, like I said, if I had to voice anything, I think I might be better for that, but let me know what you all think. I'm going to be doing a lot of visual novels, and honestly, it might be more fun to try and get more into voice acting type things through that. More fun for the audience as well, so if you'd like to give any tips, if at all, then that'd be appreciated. Alright. You see, back when gang activity first began to pick up again in Blackwood, your uncle assigned me the task of looking after you. I was to make sure that you were kept safe from all this. Of course, I accepted this task. I made sure you were never involved in any of this. Until now, that is. Why have we not asked if our parents are alive yet? Wait. I guess this is kind of stalking, but I might let it pass, just a tad. Why? Well, why? Because you and your family were important to Cross. So, he wanted to protect you. But what about you? Me? Why did you accept? You don't even know me. I know enough to know you are someone worth protecting. And I'm glad I was able to meet you, finally. Even if these are not the best circumstances. Oh, wait. If you're with Croven, and you're also the mystery number, that means you know where my parents are. And that they're okay? That's right. Allow me to continue explaining. You see, keeping you safe within the city wasn't my only mission. I was also tasked with bringing you out of the city, should things go awry. And, well, that happened. I guess it's mainly just a lot of wells. And I was instructed that, if something like that should happen, I was to take you and your family out of Blackwood and bring you somewhere safer. However, what nobody told me was, you were staying with Croven. I came to pick you up and your parents, but you were not there. I never got news that there was a rumor of a murder in Blackwood, so I had no reason to believe you might be staying somewhere else. I feel like gang members would be the first to hear about something like that, but alright. Your parents only told me once I had arrived there. But by that point, I was already in a very dangerous position. Parliament was clearly on high guard. If I moved around too much, I risked jeopardizing everything. There wasn't enough time, and too much risk involved in going to get you, so I left with your parents. And I couldn't come back until we could be absolutely sure it was safe to take you away too. But if Croven really did see a Parliament car pass by, then perhaps it still wasn't safe enough. Then where are they now? Why didn't I ever hear from them? We didn't want the Parliament potentially catching on to us. And we're afraid they may be able to track your parents' phones. So I confiscated them. My phone has been modified to be untraceable, and that was why I was able to keep contact with you. The same couldn't be done for your parents. Is that even possible to just have the phone itself instead of... I apologize for that. But believe me when I say that it was very hard for them not to contact you. It's the only way to ensure you were kept the safest you could be kept. I see. Are you alright? I don't know. Again, it's a lot to take in. I understand. It must be tiring to even hear about. But I hope you find happiness in knowing you'll see your parents again very soon. Really? Yes. It's why I came to collect you, after all. It's why we're heading out this way. But perhaps we would be a lot closer to them had the car not crashed. When reading the reviews for this game, I saw a lot of people fanboying over Reginald. It might be because it's a spoiler, but this guy's better. Ah, right. Did I say fanboying or just fanning? I mean fanning in general. Fawning. Fawning. That's it. Fawning is the word. Even if Groven does appear a bit frantic right now, I request that you not be mad at him. He wasn't even supposed to be with us, truthfully. But he wanted to come, to see for himself that you got there safely. And I'm sure he still wants to see that too. Even if he's not beside us right now. Really? Really. Most of the walk after was silent and awkward. How was I supposed to talk in this situation? Processing it was a huge thing to take on already. This does make the bad ending make a lot more sense. I had tried messaging Groven, but we didn't hear anything back. I didn't really expect to, but it was worth a shot. Did wonder where he ended up, though. I haven't seen a trace of him on this forest trail since all the time we've been walking. All the time we've been walking. Are you alright? Huh? You're slowing down. Oh, sorry. I'm very tired. How long have we been walking for? I cannot say for certain. I didn't check the time when we started walking. Would you like me to carry you again? No, that's okay. You really don't have to. I hope we can get there soon. It's still plenty dark out. Indeed it is. But I would not be surprised if the sun starts to rise soon. Really? I was hoping we'd be there by daybreak. Maybe if we still had the car. Wait. He stopped me. Do you hear that? I did. We turned behind us. There was a car, slowly driving in our direction. Just side note, I do want to say I kind of apologize if you can see my mouse, because I kind of go all over with it. It was still a bit away from us, but would catch up to us soon. I'm going to wave them down, see if they can give us a ride. That's not a good idea. Stay behind me. I took a step back, and I noticed Ovidius reaching into the side of his jacket. He was carrying a weapon on him. I silently prayed to myself he wouldn't have to use it. The car slowly rolled to a halt beside us, and the window rolled down. Felt a bit more relaxed when I saw the driver behind the wheel. Groven? No. He was an elderly fellow, with plenty of wrinkles. A real catch, the old fisherman. He looked so old, in fact, I didn't even know if he should even be driving. Alright, but fair. On his head, he wore a mesh cap. Had a picture of a trout on it. This description is unnecessary, given this is a visual novel. And from the little I could see of his outfit, it looked like as if he was wearing some kind of overalls. Yeah. Even though I felt more at ease, Ovidius did not shift from his tense and serious state at all. He bowed over to the side of the vehicle and talked to the driver through the window. I couldn't really hear what they were saying, but after a few moments I heard the old man laugh, and Ovidius turned to me and told me it was alright to get in the car. So I climbed into the back seat and buckled myself in, and then we were off. Thank you again, sir. Ain't no problem. was heading that ways anyway. Frankly, I'm just surprised you guys are walking. I ain't never seen any... I'm a little, rusty on my southern. Also, I'm trying to be quiet right now. I can't go southern and be quiet at the same time. I ain't ever seen nobody on this old path. Perhaps it's well... Perhaps it ain't as well kept as secret as I thought. Well, we didn't really have much choice. Our car kinda crashed. Ugh. Going through all these different voices is also a bit of a twister. Hee-haw. So it was you bozos who had the truck wreck back there? I was wondering where the passengers went. Yes, that's correct. We swerved, trying to avoid a deer. That's why you've got to keep your eyes open and ears peeled in these woods. Though I suppose it's a bit too late to tell you that. Anyways, what business do y'all have in Greenbark? Greenbark? Ovidius shot me a look. Oh, right. We're, He is wearing a suit. Let's just go ahead and say a wedding. A wedding. Ah, I see. Explains why y'all dress so nicely. Hope all your walking didn't get you too dirty, though. It'll be fine. Thanks to your assistance, we should be able to get there in time to change into something cleaner. I sure hope so. I'm going a little too high-pitched, given off of this guy's blips, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. But shucks, I'm glad to help out in any way I can. Wish the newlyweds could look for me. Yes, of course we will. Thank you for helping us to get there in time. Of course. I was late for a wedding once, and oh boy. My sister still won't let me hear the end of it. Now she always insists on driving with me. Make sure I ain't late again. Huh. I'm sure we'll be hearing a similar speech soon enough. But enough about us. What are you passing through Greenbark for? I was hoping you'd ask. See, me and my fishing buddies do this trip every other weekend, even though I don't live too close. But the shortcut helps me to make it every time. I'm usually the last to arrive, but not by much. We ran out of boat, and the nice man continued to tell us all about his fishing trips all the way to Greenbark. Sounded like he was really excited to be able to talk about it. I liked hearing about the fun times he shares with his friends. The sun began to rise right as we began pulling out of the forest. Oh, so yeah, it's like 5:30, somewhere around there. And once we were in Greenbark, Ovidius told the man to let us off at the corner of a sidewalk. I never did learn his name. We shall call him Daryl. Yeah, that was Daryl. Lucky break for us. But let's not push it. Come on, let's go. Ovidius? Can we get breakfast first? Mary, we need to keep going. I'm sorry. I'm really not feeling well. Are you alright? Yeah, it's a lot, you know? And I think it's all starting to catch up to me. All the walking we've been doing. We really shouldn't stop moving. You're right. I understand. Come on. Huh? I'll get you something to eat. We'll just have to be quick. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Let's go. Ovidius tried to look for somewhere that may be open. Closest we could find was one of the chair diners that prides itself on pancakes and other breakfast foods. You could also probably nickel on the amount of times I make a save state. they seemed to be the only place open anyhow. Luckily, they weren't packed at all, so we were seated right away. I was happy about that. And please be quick. Girl's practically dying over here. Ovidius shrugged his coat off and tossed it onto the open seat beside him, for taking his seat across from me. I think I like Ovidius too much, though. You didn't have to do that. Rush the waitstaff. It's not that dire. You're feeling unwell. I'm sure they can see that. You also shouldn't toss your coat like that. It's expensive, isn't it? It'll wrinkle easily like that. Well, if it'll wrinkle so easily, maybe it shouldn't cost so much. You think that? Yeah, I do. Why is expensive stuff the type that ruins so easily? You should get what you paid for. Wouldn't you agree with that? Yeah, I guess I would. You alright? Can I ask you about, can you tell me about the fire department? Huh? Ovidius quickly scanned the room and everyone in it. I work for the fire department. And you're curious about that, right? Oh, yeah. Can you tell me about the fire department? To an extent. What do you want to know? Have you always wanted to be a gang member? Sometimes people, sadly, yes. How long have you been a fireman? I don't think I could say for certain. It's almost hard to remember a time where I wasn't in this line of work. That's sad. If I had to guess, I would say it's been at least 10 years. Really? Really? It's a long time. Yeah. It is a long time. When I think back to when I first received that text message from such a mysterious number, of all the potential candidates it could have been, I never would have imagined it would have led to something like this happening. Are you upset? No. I mean, glad it was actually an ally. After all, how could I be upset with someone who's done so much for me? Someone who's even risked their life for me, and yet doesn't know me at all. I wouldn't say I don't know you. Bit creepy, Ovidius. Not anymore. We messaged one another almost every night, didn't we? Even though it might not have been much. I feel like I learned a lot about you by now. Besides, even though you didn't know me in return, you're always coming back to me. Or looking to me when you were in trouble. I know that you're a bright girl, even if you don't think so. And bright enough to ask for help when you need it. That's something that can't be said about a lot of people. Maybe if I had been more like you, I wouldn't be in the position I am now. Oh, but no. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm here anyways. And if I gotta be here anyways, then I'm glad it's with someone like you. Thank you. If I may, can I ask one more thing? Of course. It's about my uncle in the fire department. Yes, go ahead. My uncle in the fire department. You knew my uncle. Said you worked right beside him, right? Yes, I did. My uncle. Was he a good person? He was silent for a moment. Listen, Mary. Your uncle. I owe my life to your uncle. And I'm sure many others do too. Just because I'm loyal to him, doesn't mean that he was exactly a good person either. Your uncle did a lot for me and for the rest of the fire department. But there's no such thing as a good firefighter. I guess I didn't realize how that sounded out loud. Thank you, Ovidius, for everything you've been doing for us. I don't know if Croven ever tells you, but really, thank you so much. Of course. There's no one else I'd rather do it for. Okay, so I think that's a good stopping point for today. Like I touched on earlier, I don't really have anyone else right now to join me on these, and I think at least being able to be decent at different voices could be try to make visual novels more fun, since those will mainly be the games I play, or plan on playing. I'll touch other stuff too, even outside of games, but that'll be content for the most part, so if you happen to have any advice on that, I'd appreciate it. And just in general, let me know your thoughts on the series we've been going through. I know there aren't a lot of you watching this right now, but still, just in case. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I'd appreciate that too. And, that'll be all. Goodbye, for now.